Hello there, Golfer here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 3 as a Drow Gish. We last left off. Yeah, apparently my weapon was bugged. I had to re-equip it, which is not uncommon, annoyingly enough. There seems to be a lot of those types of bugs. Anyway. Let's go to camp. Because we need to talk to Halsin. In order to wrap up the rest of these quest lines. Hey dude, how are you? You look pretty bad.
Thaniel is resting. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold.
How do you know this?
I knew something was wrong when he didn't wake up. But now I'm even more certain. By now we should have seen some small glimmer of Thaniel's power. A sign that the land is healing. New growth, flowers in bloom. But there has been nothing.
How can I help?
It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else. In truth, I'm not sure. This is beyond all reckoning. It's still part of Thaniel deep down, but it may not recognize that, or want to recognize that. Perhaps it can be reasoned with, but I'm not hopeful. Reason is not something that thrives amidst the shadow curse.
Yeah, I met a shadow child before, a little boy named Oliver around Thaniel's age.
And you saw this boy yourself? That can't be a coincidence, but we need to be sure. And I truly mean we, if you wish. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side.
Alright, leave it to me.
This doesn't have to be your burden alone. If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute. Anything.
Sure, join me.
There is no room for me, I'm afraid. Perhaps dismiss another, then I can join you.
I guess Asterion? I mean, he's actually doing, like, as good, if not better, than Karlach. Nah, because Karlach's doing pretty good. She's doing about the same, probably. If she's raging. Not as versatile, though. Definitely want to keep Shadowheart in the party, though. That last spot was just so good.
Ready at your side.
Alright, so we have Halsin, who has officially joined the party. Level him up. Circle of the Moon, 100%. Prepared spells don't matter. Cantrips. Guidance is always good. Prepared spells don't matter. Feats. We want Tavern Brawler. And we can buff his constitution with that. And then just keep it going. Then we get our next feat, which will be Resilient Constitution. Alrighty then.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Alright, so let's take a short rest.
That took the edge
I
off.
don't know if Astarion actually gets the benefit of that, unfortunately. Then we want to go to Shadowed Battlefield, I believe. So Halcyon, let me actually check your spells. So what do we want? The first level, Fairy Fire is always good. Animal Friendships are fine for a Druid. Cure Wounds, I guess, because it's your only means of a heal. You don't have Healing Word. Flaming Sphere, because I can use that in Animal Shape. Spike Growth, because it's kind of broken. Enhanced Ability, because someone else having that is kind of nice. Whole Person's always a good spell. Third level, nothing particularly of interest. Freedom of Movement. Stone Skin, because that lasts in animal form if I wanted it to. But I might even just do it. And then we have Conjure Woodland Beings instead of... I have 2 4th level spells. Dryad to fight alongside. Yeah, we'll do that. And then Grasping Vine, sure, why not? Alright, so first thing, let's do Conjure Woodland Beings. That's cool. Weak to fire. Good to know. And knowing Halcyon, anyway. So he's got low armor class, but not much we can do about that really. I could give him stuff, but he's just going to be in animal form anyway. So what we will do though is Shadowheart can give him... Let's also have her drink it, I'd say. Probably would have been good to have in the other one. She does have proficiency, though. It's +3. Yeah, we'll have, House and drink it. Then cast Barkskin on himself. Or Stone Skin, not Barkskin. Barkskin is something else entirely. Then I'm not going to make him Wild Shape. Oh, he has the unique Cave Bear. That makes a lot of sense, actually. And he knows Moonstep because he's Halcyon, I guess. We have all these wild shapes, which is cool. We're going to leave him in human form for the moment because... he is gonna probably do some talking that he can't do in Wild Shape, because Wild Shape like breaks the game in that regard. What's that buff you're giving? Oh, just in her AoE gives resistance to poison damage. Cool.
I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
Go on, find someone else to play with.
You need to reunite with Thaniel.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself.
They're
I get to play all
dead.
the time.
Like it or not, you don't belong here.
Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
That little bastard. Where'd he go?
Oh. Just a straight up shadow portal, huh? Well, let's look for his see if he's around here somewhere first. Actually, here's a question. No, I can't talk to the Dryad. That'd be kind of interesting if the Dryad had dialogue. He doesn't appear to be here, so he must have mapped into the portal. Night Dome, Cursed Vengeance. Oliver's Night Dome will allow you to hurt him. Any damage done to be affected twofold to its attacker. Oh, Mummy and Daddy are still alive. That sucks. Oh, wait, isn't this just... Oh, if we hadn't have come here, so this is the Shar thing. If we had not have come here, would we have to fight all the other shadow creatures here as well? That would be interesting. Alright, wild shape time. Owlbear. Aw, man.
That is where I'm needed.
I'll make my own fun if I have to. And my own friends.
This sucks.
You should have just left me alone. Stole my fun.
Man. I'll do it again. Should have dashed first, actually. Oh, did I hit the Night Dome? Is that what happened? Alright, she can just stay put. Oh man, we need to take her out. She's gonna keep putting Karlach to sleep. An action? No, it's a bonus action and a rage charge. Crushing Flight, okay.
There.
You want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Huh. You know what would really be good here, actually, since you guys all have 1 HP, is... Are you just outside of range? Sure, take the hit. Okay. That's not using her, it isn't. It just seems to be a free thing she can do. It just does extra damage.
Stop it right now! You'll be sorry!
Interesting. Oh, that's where the woodwoods come from, I guess. Alright, I'll take care of these little guys. Definitely do not need to roll a crit.
I think you can take me on.
Aw, man.
Why are you doing this? All I wanted to do was play!
Smell blood.
Unleash me!
Blood follows me everywhere. One day I'll catch a break. Where do I go from here? Still breathing, despite everything.
Ugh, this kind of sucks. Alright, and we'll get Halcyon out of wild shape so he can participate in the conversation.
Can't give up. Fuck yes.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
You don't have to leave. All I have to do is lend Daniel your strength. You're stealing Shadow that thinks it's a child, but now it's over. Daniel's waiting. You have to do what you want, but not what you need. He's your friend, your kin. He's you. People are dying for your sake of your fun, kid. Talk to us and you'll be said better than anyone. Okay, interesting. So that's Halcyon plus 40. That's actually kind of crazy.
It shall be done. Oliver, nobody is making you leave. This is your home. But it is dark, empty, lonely. I don't want you to be alone. I want you to be with Thaniel.
Why should I go back to him? He abandoned me.
No, you were stolen from each other. Neither of you are to blame. And I know your pain. I truly do. Thaniel was my friend also. I played with him, grew up while he stayed the same. He made me who I am today. And then he was ripped away from me. Same as for you. But you need not be alone any longer. You need not invent friends. Thaniel is back. He's waiting for you.
Fine. I'll do it. It might be nice to be with him again. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
Alrighty. Oh, I didn't meet those guys before. Why is this glowing? Weird. Okay, let's go to camp. And it's the Shadowland camp. Okay, I don't know where Halcyon is in this camp. Up there.
The Druid Halcyon spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die.
No, that's convenient.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
Oakfather preserve you.
Do you know of Jaheira?
Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm. But on the far end, and in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be familiar. No matter how long I live, I will always strive to remain a keen pupil. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled. At least now we can benefit from her presence. Honestly, so I'll remain with you. If you'll have me, that is.
Sure.
So do I. But one duty at a time. Druids and harp.
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if-
we already
and it's still-
know.
I wanted to try and fight. That was my first day as Archdruid. And you are right, but I must not lose focus. It's true, and I can't. Trust me, the day I no longer have to talk about the Shadow Curse will be a happy one. What would you like to... I had a friend when I...
Daniel.
It was Daniel, of course. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector. I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what's... You're not a doppelganger, are you? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in high forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree.
Sorry for
It
your
was a long time ago.
loss.
The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable. I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time? And thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on.
I live in more
I'm sure
of
you
Kraken's,
all
though
thought you
I've
could
never
tell me.
actually seen one. I mean, comparatively, these two options, yeah, this one.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand, but anytime.
All right. So, what is his opinion of me? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, it's already good. We went from, I'm assuming, here to here. All right. Let's do a level up. For House, since I'm going to be kicking out of the party, no offense, but he's nowhere near as good as Astarion. Yeah, fine, whatever. Alright, so we could hit... Yeah, I'm not going to level 6, I'm just going to continue going Paladin. We get my new feat. So, my new feat... I was debating this. So, unless... It doesn't sound like they fixed Polearm Master. There might be a mod that does it. I don't know. I never bothered to look. And I'm only going to be able to get 2 because I'm going for the multi-attack. I'm only going to get 2 attacks. So I could get Polearm Master, or alternatively, I could always do Charisma plus 2. Alternatively, that I can get Sentinel. And Sentinel, when you when an enemy within melee range attacks an ally, you can use your action to make a weapon attack against that enemy. Target ally must not have Sentinel feat, so that's good. So if someone else tries to attack an enemy near me, I can attack them, also cut their movement so they can't get away. You gain advantage of opportunity attacks, which isn't huge, and when you hit an opportunity attack, you can no longer move. So we're going to try Sentinel, and the reason why, and it's not going to be as good in this playthrough because there's allies, but the end goal is basically to actually utilize darkness more fully. Okay, so... For you, my dear... Disadvantage, it's concentration. Break enchantment charm. Interesting. Flame smite, divine smite, target still have damage on save. Mass cure wounds is not as good as the other one, it's a really high level spell. And then contagion. I do really like Flame Spear. Looks good. Or you'll only be a lightning sorcerer for a little bit longer. I think we'll hit. I'm not sure if we'll hit level 10 by then. Alright, so Karlach. So we can get Mindless Rage, which isn't really a thing. I could go 7 levels in Barbarian, because 7 levels in Barbarian does give me a boost to initiative, I do believe, and can't be surprised, which is always nice. But 1 more Rage is also not bad, but given the way I fight, it's not good either. Leveling Rogue can get me a feat, but honestly, there's no feat that really is needed other than buffing her strength by 2. So I think... nah, we'll just go down the path of the fighter. Gives her a bonus action to heal. We're going to be going a 5... so 5, 3, 3 is 11, so it'd be a 5, 3, 4. So I'm definitely going to buff the strength. Be a fighter, rogue, doesn't matter. We're probably going to put her in as a champion just so she crits more easily, but we do really want action surge on her. Fighting style. So archery she never used because ranged isn't thrown. Defense is something that isn't terrible for her. Dueling. When you wield a melee weapon that is not two-handed or versatile in one hand and not a weapon in the other, you can additional 2 damage with that weapon. I don't think this counts for throwing. Same with great weapon fighting. Plus, I'm not going to be throwing a two-handed weapon for a little bit. Protection might come in handy later, but defense is just always nice. Anyway, so that's everyone there, but let's go ahead and re-recruit Astarion. It would be really nice to have the mod that gets everyone to talk together. I am planning on getting that mod for another playthrough. But it won't be a full LP. It'll be a
I think
different
not
one.
his wit or wisdom. He'll just make an excellent shield if we're attacked.
That's fair.
Well, obviously I would. Excellent.
You have anything to say about House?
A savvy move recruiting Halsin to our cause. While I'm adept at most forms of weave manipulation, druidic magic is not my area of expertise. He will make for a most useful option to have in reserve.
Hey.
These lands may not be under the thrall of Lady Shah for much longer. No matter. She wishes for Ketheric Thorn to be punished. Her darkness was a blessing offered before he betrayed her. She can redirect her powers elsewhere once he is cast down. It's about time Halsin actually stepped up and joined us properly. He's certainly been taking up space at camp for long enough.
Halsin is one hench elf. I'm impressed. And glad he's on our side.
Halsin is such a delight. Woe to the cultist who tangles with that thick hunk of an elf.
It's like he's so buff.
Halsin's proved himself a fine ally already. He'll be useful in battle. If those tree trunk
Everyone's
arms
just
are
like,
ready to
Halsin
issue.
is so buff. Ask Lae'Zel about the disc from Moonrise Towers.
Once again, your mind
More writings on Orpheus. The prince... The histories
And she
tell us
doesn't
the
care
command
now.
of Voss, Vlaakith's faithful... The praise be to Mother. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. It is not just Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of
Voss
ashes he
being the
became.
guy that's clearly on Orpheus's
My
side?
rash torch that the silver bells of
That seems
Vlaakith
like a
caught as
very
child.
clear,
I
like,
long to hear
issue.
them from my Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith the First would preside. The Felaman remains the Queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now... Anything more?
No. We're not gonna get like high level Baldur's Gate 3, but anyway, so on that note, because I'm gonna end the video here anyway. Apparently Hasbro has put like $1 million, $1 billion down on video game creation, and I'm so terrified they're gonna do a crappy job because that sounds exactly like something that they would do in the situation. So all they have to do, I think, in order to have a very, very successful game, is just merge Baldur's Gate 3 with a tabletop. A TT, like a virtual tabletop, like Foundry or something. By that I mean is that you have the character creators, you have all the animations, and then you just have that base, and then you have the ability to create custom stuff and import custom things into the game, just make it highly moddable. And then you just have to sell like official campaigns for like $5 a pop, and that's, you know, for a full campaign. You know, there's no dungeon master, so we'll say 4 players or even like less. You can have one person running 4 characters, for example. And you can have a game where you have more than just 4 characters, but you have that ability. That's $5 per person. That's a great setup. So it's like $30 for a base game. That's not like a full story game, just that kind of combination, and with all the things. And you can get so many people into the game, I feel, because I feel that the lack of a dungeon master, the lack of being able to get together because of physical or time constraints, would really help. And that's something that even a tabletop RPG, even a virtual desktop, is not going to necessarily do. But just being able to load up the game and being able to have all this stuff in there, and be able to, like, even for example, I'm going to be doing another playthrough where I'm going to be modding a couple spells in from that are not in the game but are from 5th edition. Like, that's such a potential stock. Like, don't get overly complicated with it. Make something really specific to give a good foundation, and don't worry about Baldur's Gate 4, because I don't feel that Baldur's Gate 4 is going to be good without Larian. At least this story, you'd have to make a new, like, it's not a 1 or 2 jumping to 3, or it's not a 1 jumping to 2, it's a 2 jumping to 3 situation. You're going to get a new studio and new stuff, and just be really interesting if they can set something up that's not terrible like they seem to have been doing before. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.